Welcome to a Friday Reads, where I talk about what I read, what I'm reading, what I hope to get to next, and you're getting all my fresh thoughts. I have watched all of the figure skating, because I'm filming this Thursday night. So I have seen the women's final. I've done it. So I guess if you haven't seen it yet, I'll talk about that at the end of this video, but also it's the day after it's happened. So, and I also have finished 3 books. I have hauled a book. I've hauled 2 books, and I've read one of them already. So yeah, it's been a good reading month. It's meeting the moment, even though I am beyond probably over extenuating myself. I think I'm overextending, probably. Just a little bit. But I'm feeling good right now and I'm excited to film, so it is what it is. So let's talk about Saturday. Last Saturday, I did take a day to just read. I was pretty social Friday, I was pretty social Sunday, and so Saturday I'm like, I'm just gonna read. And so I was going between 2 books, and I made it my own mini 24-hour readathon, because I needed to do it for HerkEd, and also I was like, you need to not be social, and you want to read these things. So one of them I planned to read because I had book club, and I've already had that book club, and so per usual, my thoughts are different now that I've gotten to discuss it with a bunch of people, which is like my favorite part of book club. But we've read You Dreamed of Empires, and I was correct that this book makes a whole lot more sense or is more rewarding if you know the history or the players involved. Or if you're the type of person who likes a book that sends you down internet rabbit holes. So this is a translated work, and it's about the meeting between Cortez and the Emperor of the Aztecs. I think Montezuma might be his name. And basically imagines at the very, very end how it could go differently. But mostly it's leading up to this meeting. And it's about the perspective from both sides and how alien things feel. And it's very fever dream quality. And it has so many moments I really like. And I really appreciate it. And I really love that it exists. Because there are very few stories that are told like this about colonized civilizations. Like, I think it's really interesting. I don't think it's very enjoyable. And it's a classic sort of work where everyone has like a name, a nickname, and a bunch of titles. And so it was already confusing, and then it's extra confusing on top of that. You know, it just comes with the territory. It's not unique to this type of literature. I complain about it in other works as well. So it was not my favorite thing, but it was totally worth it for the book club discussion and learning about what things were based on facts and what things were different. Also just getting to see this city and what it used to look like. And we got into tangents about other cities and things like that in the book club. So it was a really rewarding experience. But to palate cleanse, to keep my momentum up, I got this book from Ryan for Valentine's Day, which was so exciting. It's called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Deluxe Edition. This is so pretty. First of all, I love this foiling dust jacket. Okay, this is a very nice dust jacket. But then, underneath the dust jacket, let me tell you, is one of the prettiest books I have ever consumed. Like, the art is stunning. Like, this is the cover. Okay, this is such a beautiful book. So I highly recommend it. I'm really kind of bummed it didn't win the Hugo the year it came out, but granted, like 200 people vote in the graphic novel category. So like, it's not like a bunch of people were voting against it. Which is, again, a reminder that the Hugo nomination season is upon us. And if you've already too late to nominate because you don't have a membership, voting costs $50. And you truly will never have a vote matter more in terms of, like, weight. So if you're someone who likes graphic novels and you're like, I want to vote for that. So this is a really cool story. It's what the movie this summer is going to be based off of. That's Supergirl, like, loosely. I think there's a lot of inspiration from it. I'm not going to say, like, a strict adaptation. But Ryan read it and thought I would love it and got it for me for Valentine's Day. And so I read it and it was so good. Like, if you are a woman who's had to grow up faster than other people because of family circumstances, this is gonna hit. It's gonna hit. And also the creator, I got to a certain part and I was like, this man's a father. A father wrote this. I was correct. So if you are going to get emotional about that, if you are a father of a daughter, it's probably going to be a part in there for you. The premise is that Supergirl is on a planet trying to celebrate her birthday and under a red star on purpose, and interacts with a local there and ends up going on this quest to find this person for various reasons, both for the person she met and for herself. And we get to go to different planets and different places, and we get to see Supergirl in different scenarios. But also at its core, it's about how Supergirl came to be who she is, what it's like from her end, from the House of El, to exist how she did, having known Krypton and people on Krypton. How did Krypton go out at its end of days? And, you know, what's it like to be so immortal and stuff like that, and deals with a lot of heavy things. Like, they are frequently following this trail of genocide, essentially. It's really heavy and really beautiful. So I think it's really obviously made in the 21st century. It makes so sense that it was created around 2021, 2022. Like, it makes complete sense. How could you not create something like this after everything that's been going on? So I really, really enjoyed that. And it's kind of in conversation with the next book I'll talk about, which is Slow Gods, which I love. So here is the copy I got from the library. I am going to be getting my own copy. I was really happy I got to like immersion read some of the ending of this, so I could finally read words and like know the names of the places. But both this and Supergirl, I get to go to all these cultures and all these planets and see the good and the bad. And I get to do it through the lens of an immortal character. There was a way more overlap between Slow Gods and Supergirl than I was truly anticipating. I would say this is much easier to read. It's got a lot of pictures. They're so pretty, by the way. Like, still, like, oh, the color choices, like, so good. Anyways, I'm just so happy I own this. I don't even know how much it is. I don't need to know. Oh, wow. Ryan loves me, guys. I just looked at the price. Ryan loves me. And that's what's great about that gift is, like, I could never spend that much money on something like that for myself that I knew would only take me, like, a day to read. Like, it's just, like, hard. Versus this, I bought myself a copy because I already want to reread it. It's also reminding me of, in density of sci-fi, how much I loved A Memory Called Empire. Like, A Memory Called Empire's blending of thematic exploration, character development, and plot was so good for me. And this is meeting that moment for me. Like, I really, really, really want this to make it into the Hugo ballot. Like, I really do. I'm going to vote for it for The Locust for sure. I'm going to nominate it. Gosh, it'd be really cool if it also made the Ursula K. Le Guin. Like, I just think it's got a lot of good stuff in here, and it's also very obviously made in this decade. Like, it's just so obvious. What we have is this person who is a poor copy of themselves. It's Murakami, or not Murakami, Murakana. And he is traveling and doing stuff and observing like this moment in history where we have these binary stars that are going to create a supernova, and it's going to destroy these planets in that galaxy. And it's about how these different planets respond, and there's this empire called the Shine, and that's where our character's from, and what they do with their planets versus we have this other planet and what they chose to do. And this person is unique because they can pilot ships through this space and it not affect them negatively, but it also makes them kind of a mysterious force. And I just think how immortality can shape consciousness, and also what it looks like to see all of these heavy human things through that lens was really well done. There is a passage in here, and I don't usually quote passages, so like, you know, it's serious if I'm like, this is something I really love. And I can even flip to it. I don't even have it annotated, but I can find it. And it's something that like really resonates with me. And it's, we are the seeds of the forest. We blaze so bright, and no life is special. No life is special, and all of them are. No love matters more than any other. No story is more important. Nothing matters more, nothing matters less, so choose. Choose. We choose every day to be more than just ourselves, to live for more than just ourselves, because it is beautiful. And because of the context of that phrase, that's just like been resonating with me so much. Like, who says it, how it's said, how it kind of keeps creeping up in the story. I really enjoyed this. So if you at all have similar tastes to me, if you at all like a cultural space opera story that has heavy topics in it, you don't mind the work of all of the different neo-pronouns and names that you're going to have in this. And like, there are emotional moments. Like, there was a character interaction in here that like I was aching at, but it's not going to be your traditional, like, this is the hero of the story that I'm following. Like, I don't know if it's going to help people who really want character connection. Like, I found our main character fascinating, but I didn't find him someone I could be attached to, and it makes sense based off who he is. But I think this is very rewarding, and I'm so glad I picked this up. So those are the things that I finished. So what am I going to do next? Well, I'm currently listening to the audiobook. That's the author of Dungeon Crawler. I don't know. I'm not reading that book. I'm reading the Bounce House Operation or whatever. Operation Bounce House. Because Libro FM let me have the audiobook. And I was like, cool. Because I can't get the audiobooks for Dungeon because it's all Audible. And I had this suspicion, and I'm kind of right in this suspicion, that he would be only an audiobook author or bust, because he's very action-packed. Very action-packed. And, like, I assume this is also the case in the Battle Royale Dungeon series thing that people talk about. So this is a very, like, it's both obvious, but still, like, rewarding in how obvious it is. Like, if you have been reading sci-fi for any amount of time, you're not going to be, like, surprised. At least I'm only 40% of the way in, but, like, the premise of this is very, like, well, of course, because humans suck. We have a planet or a moon that's been colonized by these people who had to even be genetically altered to be there, and all of a sudden, even though they're just farmers, they're just poor people, they're about to finally have occupation of the land, and they're about to have more children, all of a sudden, there's a bunch of mechs coming out of the sky, and it's Operation Bounce House, and a bunch of teenagers controlling mechs are gonna kill everybody over the next 5 days. So, you know, obviously corruptions afoot, corruptions been afoot, and we follow our main character, Oliver, and his friends and family survive with the help of the AI bot, Roger. And I like the camaraderie. I think it reminds me a lot of a movie. Like, it's so much like, why am I thinking this is the movie it's reminding me kind of the most of, and it's not a zombie movie, but The Train to Busan, where you have, like, a group of people that have to, like, get through this thing, and it's really high octane, action packed. There's not a lot of breathing room. There's not a lot of character breathing room or growth or development per se. Our main character, Oliver, is definitely, like, kind of your standard placeholder sci-fi dude character who's, like, not the best at everything, but also somehow the alpha, and also, like, won't, like, commit to his girlfriend for some reason and thinks little of himself, but also he's the greatest. I don't know. He's just, like, insert an Andy Weir character here. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've seen this character a lot. Like, Brandon Sanderson writes this character a lot. Whenever I read this type of action sci-fi, I feel like I have met this placeholder character before. He's fine. There's no issue with it. A world-building thing I'm confused about, based off how this worked, is how the accents work the way they do. But maybe Travis Baldree just chose to do the accents the way they do. But I'm just like, it's been a couple generations. I don't know why you guys don't all have the same accent. You all live in this town together and have always only known each other. So it's a little confusing to me, because it doesn't have the history of accents that our Earth does, and there aren't as many people. But I don't know. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, it's fine. I don't know what I'm going to get from it. Like, I'm not itching to pick it up, but it's, like, fine on my commute. So, it does kind of show that I'm right, that probably I shouldn't be trying to clamor to get Dungeon Crawler. Not because I wouldn't like it, but probably because it won't hit for me the same way it does everyone else, just because I am not a big action book person. I'm an action movie person all day, every day. So yeah, that's my audiobook. Physical read. I'm going to continue Memories of Ice. I need to finish book 2 this month, and I'm making some progress, but it is dense. It's a dense book. So if I can just read 10 to 20 pages a day, I'll be okay, but it's just time. Where is she? She is nowhere. And I have a short story and 2 novelettes I want to read in my Patreon. Like, I'm in the middle of Mind Trips right now by the author who wrote Womb City. And I'm really liking it, but I need to finish it. And then I did buy myself The Other Shore, which has a bunch of short stories that I would like to get to as well. Haven't picked it up yet, though. But it's on my list to get to this weekend. Not all of it, but, you know, like, at least pick up and read a story here or there. And I think that's probably going to lead me through the end of the month. And then I think I'm going to actually do my wrap-up for the start of the year so far, because I'm feeling pretty good. I got a lot of stuff under my belt, a lot of connections I can make. I'm, like, excited about it. I'm not dreading the wrap-up. I'm excited about the wrap-up. And, yeah, otherwise, what have I been doing? We finished Wonder Man. It was good. We went to a murder mystery dinner show for Valentine's Day, and I got to do karaoke with the stage crew, and I did Mamma Mia, and it was a blast, and I was living my best life, and it was Billy Joel themed. Like, I sang Mamma Mia, but the the show, the cast was singing a lot of Billy Joel songs like Pressure and You May Be Right and Piano Man. And it was so much fun. It was so much fun. So that was great. And then I've watched so much figure skating. So much figure skating. And let me just say, I'm so happy for the pairs gold, and I'm so happy that the women's free skate was largely victorious. Like, I feel like most people got to do, like, their best skates in the top part of it. So it's like, it felt like everyone was just fighting to win a little bit and just, like, trying to do their best performances. And it was just so fun to see. I was really happy with that podium. Really happy with the pairs podium. Like, oh, Japan. Like, if you haven't seen that pairs skate, it's so good. And their reactions, like, oh, that's like what the Olympics are all about. The men's was bittersweet. I was really happy for the guy who won gold, but also seeing so many top men in their field fall over and over again was really disheartening. Like, I did just want to see them all kill it, just like the women did. But yeah, I've been having a blast with the figure skating, and now it's done. I mean, I'm going to watch the expedition, and I might watch World Championships later on in March, but it's been a good time. I've been enjoying it immensely. I cannot skate, by the way. I have no abilities. I just enjoy watching it. So that's what I've been doing. And I don't know, this weekend we're actually going to a very niche Cinematheque thing in downtown Cleveland with some friends, and that should be interesting. It's like, I don't know. I'll tell you about it next week if I can remember the name. But that's it for this one. If you just want to leave an emoji to let me know you're here, leave a superhero emoji for Superwoman or Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. It was so good. Oh, it was absolutely phenomenal. And I don't read graphic novels. You guys know I don't do that very often. And let me know what you're reading, doing, watching. And otherwise, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.